Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Listen, there is a mystery afoot in the Adelson crime family, and I intend to get to the bottom of it. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. That helps other people find us. Also, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. So look. In case you don't know, I'm going to give you like a brief history of the Adelson crime family. This is what you need to understand. Way back in like 2014, law professor Danny Markell was gunned down in his driveway. It was terrible. Everybody loved him. He was super duper smart. And everyone was like, oh my goodness, why would anybody want to unfortunately unalive Professor Danny Markell? He's wonderful. Except for he was going through a divorce and there was a fierce custody battle, honey. You know how people get over the kids. And so his wife, his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, was like, I need to go back down to South Florida so I could be near my very controlling parents because I love them a real lot and I don't love you no more. And so I would like to be away. I would like to take the kids and be away from you. And he was like, it's going to be a no for me. And so she was like, what could I do? So her very controlling family, including her mother, Donna Adelson, her father, Harvey, and her brother, Charlie, were like, we could just unfortunately unalive him. Listen, we know some people, and they have, the family, allegedly, because not everybody has been convicted yet, got together, and they were dentists, a family of murderous dentists. So they got together and they were like, there is like a dental hygienist, receptionist, somebody over here. She looks like she knows some seedy people. That was Katie. So Katie down at the office was like, oh, my baby daddy, he loves to unfortunately unalive people. I mean, these are not quotes, but this is just like the spirit of what she said. So she was just like, he always needs cash and some cocaine because he likes the smell of it, right? And so she was like, if you could give him a whole bunch of money, he could probably unfortunately unalive your ex-brother-in-law, Charlie. Also, can me and you get close? And so Charlie Adelson, Wendy's brother, got close with the girl down at the dental office. The girl at the dental office got her baby daddy and his friend to drive all the way up north from Miami to Tallahassee, and they pew-pewed up poor Danny Markell in his driveway. And then they came back and they got a bunch of money, and they was like, living it up and stuff. Wendy Adelson up in Tallahassee was like, oh me, oh my, somebody has unfortunately unalived my husband, my ex-husband. Now I get custody of my children and I get money and I can move down to South Florida if that's what I want to do. Let me think about it. Let me pack a bag. And she immediately left Tallahassee, moved down to South Florida, where she planned to live happily ever after. And for a couple of years, she did, but not for that long. Here's what you need to understand. The hit people get arrested, tried, convicted, sent to jail for life. Now listen, these hit people are like, I know you don't think it's just me. I didn't even know this dude. So, it's some other people involved you might want to investigate. And the police up in the North Florida were like, we're going to investigate. Then they find Katie, the lady from the dentist office, and they were like, hey girl, hey, you suddenly have big boobs and you're driving a nice car. Did you get murder boobies? Did you get a murder vehicle? Ma'am, that is bad form. And so, clink, clink, they locked her behind up too, and she went off to jail. And the Adelsons were like, ruh-roh, well, all the people that did the wet works, they're tucked away in prison, but we feel like maybe we're going to be okay. And then Georgia Kappelman, listen, if you don't know about Miss Georgia Kappelman, you better find out. She's the prosecutor up there in Leon County in Tallahassee. She was like, Charlie boo-boo, your turn. And so then she arrested homicidal periodontist Charlie Adelson. And Charlie was just like, this is terrible. Why would you think I would do that? Charlie's mama Donna was like, don't worry, Charlie. We have a family attorney. You can use him. His name is Daniel Rashbaum. Now, please know, I was not a party to these conversations, but this is what I feel like happened, right? So Mama Donna is like, we have an attorney. You can use our attorney. I mean, he doesn't normally do criminal law and stuff like that, but we like him a real lot. And what could go wrong? The only thing that's on the line is life in prison. So go on and use our attorney. And Charlie Adelson was like, that sounds like a grand idea. Charlie Adelson uses his mom's attorney to go to trial for conspiracy to commit, unfortunately unaliving, solicitation, and something else. I don't remember what. Anyway, he gets convicted in short order. It was a glorious trial, and we all cheered. We were all so happy. We were like, okay, the homicidal periodontist is locked up forever, ever in prison. And so everybody was breathing easy, except for Georgia Kappelman was like, oh, I'm not done yet. It's a whole bunch of shady Adelsons, and one by one, I plan on picking them off. That's not what she said. That's what I feel like she said. Anyway, next thing you know, Charlie gets arrested, right? And I was over on a cruise in the Bahamas or someplace in the Caribbean, right? And word comes through on my phone that Mama Donna Adelson has been arrested. Y'all, the way I ran to the Lido deck to try and get some good reception, I was like, wait. Let me get all the details so I can report breathlessly. And that is exactly what I did. I have a whole Adelson crime family playlist. And if you find the day that Mama Donna Adelson got arrested, honey, there's a big palm frond waving behind me. And I'm like, y'all, the reception is spotty. But Mama Donna got arrested. I was beside myself. Anyway. That was back in November 2023, right? And so Mama Donna has been sitting up in jail, up in the Leon County Jail since November of 2023. That is a long time to be in jail, especially in a place that she does not like, right? And so when they arrested Donna, she was on the jet bridge trying to flee from South Florida to Vietnam. She says she needed a vacation. Ma'am, on one-way tickets, purchased at the last minute, going to Vietnam, you say, because you need a vacation from the stress of your beloved son being arrested and sent to prison for life, you say. Okay. To Miss Georgia Kappelman, she said, in her official way, she was just like, heifer, what? But, you know, she said it in like judicial language and stuff. And so Mama Donna Adelson is all locked up. And she's like, don't you worry about it. I have this handy dandy lawyer who lost the case where my son went to prison. I think he's going to do a good job for me. Does he have a winning record as it relates to this entire situation? No, not at all. But I hear he's very litigious. Good morning, Daniel Rashbaum. How you doing? I hope you're having a beautiful day. He also moved into a gorgeous big new house immediately after this case. Adelson money? Anyway, so we're not saying nothing bad about Danny Rashbaum because he's a lawyer and he has more money than me. I think he is a wonderful lawyer. But the judge in the case was like, hey, Donna girl, hey, listen, this lawyer that you're using who also was involved in your son's conviction, now he's your lawyer. That's not a thing. And she's like, no. I said it's okay. I'm waiving all the conflicts and everything. And so he can still be my lawyer. And so they were like, Charlie, hey, Charlie, come here. Psst, psst. I know you locked up in prison for life and you're probably real mad at your mom and your sister, everybody else right now. But is it okay if your mother uses your old lawyer for her unalive trial? And he was like, yeah, no, my mama can't use my lawyer. No, because that lawyer knows secrets about me. So no. And Donna was like, wait, what? I can't. Oh my goodness. Things are not going my way. Girl, what was the first clue things are not going your way? The fact that you in the Leon County Jail? Heifer, hang on. So before Donna got arrested, she had called her son Charlie on the telephone, right? And they was weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth and everything. And she was just like, Charlie, I can't believe this has happened. Wait, Charlie, are you still there? The call got dropped because she was calling him in jail. When you call somebody in jail, they have a recording that says your calls will be recorded for training and information purposes. I don't know why they record them, but they absolutely record them. But they tell you over and over, Heifer, your call is going to be recorded. If you talk on this phone, your call is going to be recorded. And that's coded language for your calls will be recorded. So when Charlie dropped off the line, Donna was trying to save a nickel. Because from what I hear, every time you dial again, they charge you $6. She's like, well, we have millions, but what I'm not going to do is pay another $6 to disconnect and call again. So she just kept hanging on the phone. I have surmised she probably had earbuds in and she probably forgot that the call was still recording because she wasn't holding a phone. That's just my theory. Anyway, so she was talking to people in the room and talking to her friends, and she laid out her whole escape plan to Vietnam. Her escape plan included the phrase, I asked Danny, my lawyer, and he says we can try and get out of here. Again, not quotes. Don't sue me, Daniel Rashbaum. But the spirit of what she says is, Danny says it's okay for us to try and flee to Vietnam on one-way tickets. Well, The people down at the jail, they are not stupid. They were like, oh, look at this lovely recording we have of this lady saying she's going to try and flee to Vietnam. That's when Donna got arrested and taken immediately to the Leon County Jail, right? So when they arrested Donna on the jet bridge while I was on the Lido deck, she was just like, oh, what about my husband, Harvey? I was trying to go on vacation with Harvey, and he can't get home by himself. What are we going to do? He's 80 years old. Oh, my goodness. She made it sound like this man was entirely inept, which led me to believe that, oh, how is Harvey Adelson going to get home? I assumed that for the months afterwards, he was stuck at the Delta airport, just going round and round on the luggage carousel, living off the grace of people's leftover cookies from their flights and stuff. Turns out he made it home. Good for him. While he was at home, he was calling up his wife. Oh, now he knows all about how jail phone calls work and stuff. So I imagine that he was real careful on the phones and only said things like, baby, I hope you're okay. Baby, is everything all right? Baby, I'm sure it's going to be good. Meanwhile, all the widows from down at the senior center, they're circling, bringing up casseroles, rubbing his back and making sure he's getting his medicines and stuff, right? I assume. Here's where the mystery part comes in. Donna Adelson has been in prison, not in prison. Donna Adelson has been in county jail, and she's been trying to get out for this 1.5 years that she's been locked up, right? She keeps going back before the judge saying, it's terrible conditions. Ma'am, it's jail. Donna was living under the delusion that the judge was also the concierge. She's like, sir, listen, I've been needing to talk to you. The mattresses are terrible. I don't like these people. Have you seen the menu here? I have not had a carb since 1964. I am puffy. I have gained 1/3 of my body weight. My hair has grown out. They do not have Botox. Could you send in somebody with a Medi-Spa? And don't even get me started on my tiny ear canals. My ear canals are very small, and I need to have special wax removal. And the judge was like, heifer, don't make me bonk you with this gavel. That's not exactly what he said. That's the spirit of what he said. He also threw Donna's lawyer off the trial. So Donna got these new lawyers, one of whom is a widely respected defense attorney, the other of whom is a disgraced judge. Man, why you got a disgraced judge working for you? She works at a funeral home. Word on these true crime streets. So the funeral home judge, Jackie Fulford, be down there at the courthouse. Oh, she stands up and she's talking with her full chest, shoulders back. Her clothes don't fit that good, and she looks a little bit disheveled. Hey, Miss Fulford, how you doing? Don't sue me. Anyway, hang on. I'm not disparaging the lady. I'm just telling you what I saw with my highly sensitive recording devices, my eyes. Anyway. So, Miss Fulford always looks a little bit disheveled to me. How come she can't get that suit, the sleeves on that jacket fit? You can't just roll them up. Okay, whatever. I'm not trying to give the lady fashion tips. Anyway. So Miss Fulford keeps going to court and she's like, Your Honor, we need a delay. Your Honor, we need a delay. And the judge was like, this trial is going ahead as planned. The only reason you want to delay is because you're the new lawyers. But Donna knew there was a conflict with her old lawyer. So the fact that she switched out lawyers at the last minute, that is not a me problem. That's a her problem. Again, not a quote, the spirit of what he said. But the lawyers keep coming back saying, she has tiny ear canals. My clothes don't fit properly. Can you please give us a delay? We need some more time to work through the evidence that we have found. The state was like, we don't have to get ready, Your Honor. We stay ready. We've been ready. We have convicted everybody. We intend to convict this whole entire family. One by one. And so the judge, oh, cute little Judge Everett, so chocolatey. He looked like a little milk dud. Anyway, he's just like, heifer, no delay. Well, in the most recent hearing, some information came out that was very curious to me. Apparently, the state has received new information in this trial. New information, you say? I love new information. I love any kind of information, but it's all under seal and it's real secrety quiet, right? But they've left enough breadcrumbs that we can try and piece it together and figure out what it was. So I personally have conducted an investigation. And by investigation, I mean, I've watched a bunch of videos on YouTube and I have speculated wildly with my other true crime friends. We are not here to talk about facts. I have no facts. This is a fact-free zone. You're not here for FACTS. You're here for FAX. Stuff I heard. If you are on a channel called Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo, you're not coming for facts. So, here's the facts. FAX. Stuff I heard. Number one, the state got a tip in the fall that there was something afoot with the Adelsons. And based on that tip, they got a wiretap. Now, they're not saying who they wiretapped, but I think it's fairly clear who they wiretapped. In my opinion, they have wiretapped Harvey Adelson's phone, right? They wiretapped him for several weeks, and that wire stayed up for as long as they could have, as long as they were allowed, and they have collected 32 hours of wiretapped phone calls. The way I want to know what's on those phone calls. There's also 100,000 new emails. So I'm like, what's in the emails? I want to know every single thing. Then the state of Florida has subpoenaed Harvey Adelson's not his jail records. They subpoenaed his Zelle records. You know what Zelle is? Zelle is how you send money from your phone to somebody else's phone, from your bank account to somebody else. Who was Harvey Adelson sending money to? There is also some scuttlebutt out in these streets about a jailhouse informant. So I have put all of this information together, and I have surmised that Harvey Adelson has been involved in witness tampering. Now listen. I'm not saying he's involved in witness tampering. I'm saying, based on the evidence that I see, I'm asking questions. Was Harvey Adelson involved in witness tampering? The Zelle. First of all, if he can't figure out how to use Uber to get from the airport to his house, how he know how to use Zelle? Maybe the widows down to the senior center was like, oh, Mr. Dr. Adelson, I can show you how that works. Can you Zelle me some money to get my nails and my hair done? I just want to look pretty for you since you don't have your beloved here. I'm going to get my hair dyed just like she used to. I'm going to get my tiny ear canals cleaned so you can hear real clear. She can't hear you. Aren't I better than her? Let me make you some dinner. Anyway. I'm just saying. So the state is saying, Your Honor, her lawyers don't need an extension on this trial. Yes, we recorded 32 hours of jail phone calls, but we only gonna use like 3 of them. So 3 calls, not 3 hours, only 3 calls. So they should just look at these 3 calls and then they should be good to go. They should not need an extension. The funeral home lawyer was like, Your Honor, that's not fair to us. Number one, we know that we were just able to unlock Donna's phone because the one smart thing she did do was she did not give the police the passcode to her phone. So it's taken them all this time to crack the code. Remember how we learned in the Murdoch trial? If you make a 6-digit passcode, it'll take them a long time to crack your phone open. Donna must be a true crime fan, though she's real bad at crime. Otherwise, she would not be sitting her behind in jail. Anyway, they just got Donna's phone open, and there's 100,000 new emails that they have. And so the lawyers are saying, we need to go through those. Also, the lawyers are saying, there may be something in there we can use. We believe that her lawyer told her to flee. She didn't flee on her own. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Daniel Rashbaum, I'm not saying nothing bad about you. Anyway, the new lawyers are saying, we don't know what's in there, but we may be able to use some of these emails and calls or whatever to help make Donna's case for why she went on vacation. Well, planned to go on vacation on one-way tickets to Vietnam, right? And so the judge was like, I need to think about this. And I was like, the state of Florida is saying, based on the jail phone calls, we're not going to bring new charges against Donna. Who y'all bringing new charges against? Are you going to bring new charges against Harvey? I have questions. Additionally, Wendy Adelson, who you notice who has not been in this description at all, aside from to say it was her husband that was unfortunately unalive. Tallahassee whisperers, folks who are plugged in up there in Tallahassee, have been saying, I don't know if Wendy's going to be arrested. I don't know if Wendy's ever going to get caught. Yes, her family did these things allegedly for her benefit. But she been sitting back, raising her kids, minding her business, not talking to her parents, not talking to her brother out here in these free streets, right? She even left Florida and moved to Austin, Texas, because she's like, ew, jail stink. No, thank you. Something tells me she probably not calling her mama. I don't know if she's calling her daddy. Maybe that's in the tapped phone calls. Oh, I hope they have calls between Harvey Adelson and Wendy. But people in Tallahassee have been saying, nah, she's never getting arrested. Since this last round of emails and phone taps or whatever, they say the tenor about Wendy has changed in Tallahassee. What does that mean? Will Wendy be arrested soon? Question mark. I don't know. I'm not accusing. I am just asking questions. At the end of the day, the judge was like, okay, based on the 100,000 new emails and the new tapped phone calls, the trial has been delayed. I was ready. I was perched and ready to go to trial in March when Donna Adelson's trial was supposed to start. Then it got delayed till June. And the judge was like, it's June 3rd. I'm not moving this date. I talked to my wife. She said I'm free. I'm telling you right now, I'm not moving this date. Recently, the judge was like, okay, y'all can have more time. That means that this trial might not go until the fall, which is good news for Donna's lawyers. I guess it forestalls the inevitable, if you ask me. But also, Donna needs to understand what that means. She has to stay in jail until this goes to trial, until the case is resolved. So, girl, your mattress gonna stay bad. They gonna keep serving you carbs. How much more weight are you gonna gain? Can you do some jumping jacks and stuff in your cell? Unclear. Maybe she can get some zuzus and wham whams and stuff. You know, that's snacks down there from the prison commissary, and she can have a few less carbs. Girl, it is a terrible situation, and nobody has deserved it more. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. I will be back when there's more true crime news. I'll see you soon. Bye.